thought I'd do this super cool intro at this lake area, but as you can tell, it's windy. This sucks. Well, hopefully the dead cat will work. It's a dead cat, not a windsock. Fun fact, I traveled about 30 minutes to get here, and I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear anything. The wind is so bad right now. This is perfect. Let's get some good B-roll. That was depressing. It was fine as soon as I left the house, but then as soon as I got here, the wind is insane. Well, guess we're going home. Well, that whole sequence was a waste of time, so hopefully the audio in here should sound a little bit better. So today, I wanted to talk about this Aputure MC light. So first off, it comes in this super nice little carrying case with a carabiner on the back. It also has this compartment on the back where you can have your charging cable and you can put pretty much anything else you want back there. It's a nice size compartment. And here is where you keep the light, and it's not in there, is it? Here you go. So this is way too bright. That's better. So this is the Aputure MC video light. If you guys are thinking of picking this thing up, I highly recommend it. First off, let's take a look at what comes in the actual carrying case. So first off, you have this little silicone diffuser. It's super handy for when you don't want that harsh light on your subject, so you can really soften the light with this. And it's nice because generally the key with softening your light is having distance between the light and the diffuser itself. That'll really help to diffuse the light and make the light a lot softer. And that's definitely what this provides. So if I put the light in here, so you can just see it pops in like that, and turn it on, you can see the distance between the actual light and the diffusion material there. It's a nice amount of distance, which makes the light really, really soft. The main downside with using this though is that you do lose a bit of brightness. So let's just do a quick comparison here. So this is at 100% power with the diffuser on, and this is at 100% power with no diffuser. So you can definitely see the difference that it is actually a lot brighter with the diffuser off. So if you're using this on faces, I would totally use the diffuser, but if you're using it for something like lighting up the back wall here, diffusion is not really needed, so you can just take it off there to get that extra brightness. So I'm really not into the tech specs of like the color spectrum and getting correct color and everything. As far as with actual lights, that's where the Gerald Undones come in. So, but on the color accuracy settings, it goes from 3200 Kelvin to 6500. 3200 being the warm you see here to the, if I scroll it over there, to the cooler looking, LED looking light. This right here, this is 2%. This is 40%. I can't see anything. This is 100%. So Aputure does offer these little Pelican cases that you can set these in for up to 9 of these, I believe, and you can wirelessly charge them and sync them up and everything, but that's around $900. But that's a little too expensive for me right now. But this does support wireless charging. Speaking of the back of it, it also has these 2 magnets on the back, which is probably the handiest thing ever. Like, check this out. Say I want this light here. I have it there. Say I want the light. You get my point, right? So you can put it on a ton of stuff. That was so clean. But it's super, super easy to use, so you don't have to mess with getting this thing threaded on something. It's so fast. You can just slap it on a wall to get quick lighting for a subject. It's so great. And if you're worried about battery life on this thing, it'll last 2 hours on full brightness, which is insane. I do find myself having to charge this thing a lot. That's just because I use it so much. So 2 hours on a full charge is not bad. So it has this screen on the side here, which is so handy. It'll tell you whether you're connected to Bluetooth. It'll show you your battery, as well as the information that the light is outputting, depending on the setting that you are on. So the light here has 4 modes. So if I hold down this little button here, You have CCT, HSI, FX, and BT, of course, Bluetooth. So first off, you have the CCT, which is essentially the bicolor mode, which is switching from either warm to cool light. So this is all based on the Kelvin system, so you have 6500 down to 3200 Kelvin. Next up, we have the HSI, which stands for hue, saturation, and intensity. So this is where you have all the color options. So moving the wheel will change the hue, and you'll see on screen, you can see what hue you're at. And then if you press down the button, you can change your saturation. It's really nice, this light does let you change the saturation. If you press it again, it'll bring you to the intensity menu. Now this will just change the intensity of the light itself, the brightness basically. And that's basically it for the HSI. Now if we go over to FX, this is where stuff gets really crazy. Okay, so here in FX we have a ton of different effects. So I'm just gonna list them off real quick. You have fire, cop car, we have pulsing. This one's called Party, but I'm not going to dance. So, that's Party. Lightning. TV.
We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. It turns out 10% of our viewers are not
Faulty bulbs. Fireworks. And paparazzi. Now all of these can be used without any external software, so you don't need your phone and you don't need a computer to use this. It's all on the light itself. Now with each of these effects, you can press down the wheel and you can change only the intensity of the light itself. It's pretty limiting, there aren't any other options, but it's better than nothing. It's super handy when you need a quick effect and you don't have time to go into your phone to change anything. Now the next menu we have is the BT menu. So here you can reset the Bluetooth on the light itself so you can connect your phone to it. Now with the Bluetooth settings is where this thing really shines. No pun intended. That was dumb. I'm gonna rethink my life.
Okay, so you may be wondering why we are in a completely different area of my room with a different shirt on. Well, I was editing the final part of my video with the last video that I needed was corrupted. So yeah, that's fun. It's not that bad. So what I think I was talking about in the last part of the video, because I can't quite remember, is the fourth and final mode on the light itself, and that is Bluetooth. So you can download this app on your phone called the Sidus Link, or Sidus, S-I-D-U-S. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced, but it's Sidus. I'm just gonna say Sidus. So you can download it on your phone. You can connect your light to your phone, and you can control all the aspects of the light on your phone. It's awesome. Say I want to turn on the light behind me, I can just do that. That's what's really nice about this light. It does have that Bluetooth capability. And it's not just turning the light on and off. You can also change the intensity of the light. If you want it to dim a bit, you can turn it down. You can have it at its max brightness. You can even change the color from over here. It's quite sick. Say I want to leave it some greenish color. There you go. So something else really cool about this is the effects part of the app. So you can change the effects. There's a ton of different things that you can change that you can't natively on the light itself. Say I want the paparazzi playing, I can just hit the play button right here and you can see behind me, it's taking those photos. I can also change the frequency. So say I want it to be 2. You can see it's not taking the photos or flashing the light near as fast. It takes a while. Is it gonna go off? There you go, it went off. Say I want it to be going really fast. I can crank it up to the max and I'm really popular now. Not only that, I can also change the warmth of the light itself. So say I want to bring it down and make it a more of a warm light. You can see behind me now, it's warm. I want to make it cool. There it is, it's more of like the cooler light. I can also change the brightness, which you can do on the light itself, but that's pretty much all you can do. And this is also one of my favorite ones, the cop car. You can just hit play, and I'm in trouble, help me. And again, you have a ton of different options on the app than what you do on the light itself. So say I want to change the color here, you see R plus B, I can change that to just R, which is red. So it's only flashing red and not the blue. If I want it to be only blue, I can do that. Red, blue, and white. Not sure why you'd want this. Being able to slide around like this and seeing it change pretty much immediately is super, super handy. And say you have this somewhere super, super high in the ceiling, having to go to it each time is a pain. So here you can just change it remotely rather than having to go up to the light and actually physically changing the dials on the light. And then you have some like the boring stuff, the gels. So this will just pretty much mimic any of the real life gels you can get. Say I want to match this color light, okay? I can just aim up here, tap on it, and it matches it. It's super cool. And it's generally pretty accurate as well. The source match part of it is only really generally supposed to be used on light sources to match other kinds of light sources. It's not supposed to pick different colors out of certain objects. That's where the color picker comes in. If you come over to the top, hit picker, here, you can literally pick a color of anything. Say I want to come over here and pick the color of this orange salt lamp I have. Just pick the color, and there you go. I got my Rode Video Micro here. Say I want to pick the color of the red on it. And there you go. I got my blue hat here. I can just pick the color of this. And it's that color. It's super cool. You find the color you like, just copy it on here, and that's your light source. And what's super, super cool about this is that if you have multiple of these lights, you can link them all up and you can change them all together or individually. It's super handy. Unfortunately, I only have the one light here though. Aputure, I would not mind if you send me lights for free. I'm up to you, man. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Again, if you guys are looking into getting this light, I highly, highly recommend it. It's super great, and only for $90, I feel like that's really, really great value for what you're getting in this light. So if you guys are thinking about getting the light, just let me know what you guys are thinking. And if you guys already have it, let me know how it works for you. So earlier I filmed myself saying, I'm gonna go make some more coffee. That was yesterday, and I stayed up to like 2 a.m. And I'm not gonna do that tonight. I'm doing it again. I have an issue. I should probably stop. See you guys. You should totally subscribe though. Just, yeah.